up, what's up, what's up? You know what I'm saying? My name is Leowana. Hey, everybody. But you probably know me as Coke. You know what I'm saying? So, to the people that know me, welcome. To the people that don't know me, you're welcome. You know? Today is the introduction of the Phoenix Rising podcast. And, you know, don't mind me. I'm cleaning my energy because I don't know what type of energy y'all hold. You know what I'm saying? So I got to protect myself. You know what I'm saying? Get my energy right or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? So if you're sensitive, this is not the channel for you. If you're not open-minded, this is not the channel for you. So basically, we're going to connect to the inner child. We're going to take this back to the roots. If you make it to the end of this show, then I know that you are who I'm talking about today. If you're not, then you know who you are too. Okay? Yeah, I gotta make sure ain't no negative energy around me. Period. So, like I was saying, we're gonna decode Disney's movie Cinderella because it's equivalent to real life stories, whether it be energetically or physically. This may or may not resonate with you all. You will know if this message is for you. Also, because everybody has different religious beliefs, I'm going to refer to spirit because I don't want to say this religion, that religion, that religion. I'm totally not trying to offend nobody. This is not about religion. This is about the message at hand. I will start off by saying, as y'all can see, I got my handy dandy notebook. Y'all better know that. I write everything down. Every message, everything. So, it is written that they said, God said, Spirit, let there be light. Light equals illumination. Light equals insight. For spirit do not create in the darkness. For some reason, men like to be in the dark. Saying collective. And for their deeds are evil. So if you're in a place of darkness, he can't create there. So we're at the beginning. This is my ghetto virtual reality Bible. Another thing, this is my house. Do not come into my house to tell me how to do me. First and foremost, because I wouldn't come into your house to tell you how to do you. I'm open to learning from you, but you will not disrespect me on my throne. So be clear. Back to the situation at hand. Cinderella, connecting to the inner child. Disney Cinderella message to the divine feminine and the divine masculine decoded. Now notice, like the words that I'm using, divine feminine, divine masculine. You can really be a female, or you can be a male, or you can carry the energies of said feminine or masculine. You will know what side you're on as I decode the Disney movie Cinderella. In the beginning, it said that man must leave his mother and cling to his wife. Remember that I said that in the beginning of this, okay? Because that's a very important key. I cannot talk to you guys right now if you are on. And then if you do miss this, you can always click and see what's going on. But what's up, y'all? Hey! Hey, my boobs. Okay. Many divine feminines grew up in homes whose mothers have treated them like Cinderella. What was Cinderella always doing? Cleaning. Cleaning is symbolic for a cleaning house, meaning your mentality. Clean that up. What was done in your bloodline, spots, stains, blemishes from what has happened. You must be the one to clean that up. It's like breaking a generational curse. You know? Cinderella was showing how the divine feminine will change that template. How does Cinderella mother and stepmother play a role in this? Well, first of all, in the story of Cinderella, it talks about the stepmother. The stepmother who was evil, and how was she funded? Like, how did she get those beautiful dresses that she had for herself and her damn stepdaughters or daughter? Okay? That's what we want to know. Well, our birth parents are the step parents because we belong to spirit. They were just used as a vessel to bring us into this lifetime. So spirit gave Cinderella to the step parent, to the stepmother, like a loan. She was supposed to love and take care of her. But instead, she used her of her energy, which was the dresses. Now pay attention. In the story of Cinderella, you notice that the stepsisters and everybody just ripping her clothes off and shit, right? Now look at your life. How many times they demean you, talked about you, gossip about you. They tried to steal your dignity, your self-love, your self-respect, etc., etc. Her birthright, they stole her energy and her birthright for her selfish gains. Her selfish needs started to feed. She took Cinderella's essence, basically, and fed it to her daughters, which was probably your siblings, or if it was a step parent, you know how blended families be. But Cinderella wasn't allowed to partake in that. And why is that? Why? Because the stepmother, like many other divine feminines, like their own mother, knew who they were as little babies. Your mother, divine feminine, meaning you, not only knew who you were and knows who you are, she knows that you carry that sacred bloodline. She knows that you're the template to bring about the change in the family. She knew all along that she was jealous of you. Now, within her jealousy of you, she was not necessarily meaning to be jealous of you, but because of who she was and because of this specific template, we are talking about the mothers were specific witches who put the spells on the divine masculines all over the globe. Now here we is talking about the divine masculines. The women who put the spells on the divine masculine are the women in the divine feminine bloodline, meaning the sisters, the aunties, the grandmothers, and all of that. And this is why you saw an uproar within the divine masculine. Period. You saw them on drugs. You saw them fighting their mamas. You saw them in toxic relationships. Or you just saw them abandoning the whole motherfucking ship. At this point, shit. And you saw basically their downfall due to witchcraft that's been passed through their fathers. Generational curses. Again, your mother played a massive role in that. How was that? Because of the power she was gaining from this is what consumed her in the first place. All the essence she stole from you. From generations to generations to generations. This is all she knows. Now that the divine feminine, the matriarch, lost her power in the first place because spirit took it from her. But it always belonged to you, divine feminine. But due to the different women and the roles that was played, these women end up being powerful. And they abused their power. So they were so confused. Consumed. They cast the spells on all the fathers. They used the government. They practiced evil so bad that the spirit had to step in to stop it. Women was causing wars. They had men fighting over them for all types of reasons. So spirit took the power back until a seed was born to bring earth back to its natural order. It had to be a female or the feminine energy. The woman that I'm talking about is you, divine feminine, who is the entire matriarch of your family bloodline, which means that as you were growing up, you have noticed that you have been having problems with your mother. She has talked about you. She has slandered you. She has turned family members against you. She has treated you so wrong, matter of fact. She treated you so wrong that your sisters in your household played a role with mistreating you, just like Cinderella. And the reason for that is because she knew who you were. She knew so much that she slandered you, ridiculed you, made it seem like you was going crazy, badgered you so bad that you will always feel you wasn't worthy of your crown. Your mother knew once you figured out who you were that it would take her power from her. So your whole entire life, your mother wanted so bad to live out her hopes and wishes through you. So she took her power off of you basically by mistreating you, while your sisters also mistreat you. The sisters would get favored, but she was mean to you. And then you had a grandmother or an elder in the family who looked out for you. She knew you was different. You know what I'm saying? So she tried to, be there for you, try to save you the best way she could. And so your mother also, if you have children, your mother also tried to turn your children against you. It was her job to make your children think you were going crazy. The children who don't got the mark. Now, in my book, Earth Angel 1111, I break this down, and I will come back with a video for the ones that don't like to read about indigo and crystal children, galactic children, and all of that. I will break it down to the simplest form for you to understand. If your mother had your children under the age of 2, she was able to convince them. But if you caught your kid in that age range, then you were able to convince them. The crystals and the indigo and the star seeds. You were able to make it. Those children. They were able to make it because if you caught the kid, then you was able to convince them basically. They were trying to make it to make it where they was tainted. But this specific spell that was cast upon your bloodline. Your mother always knew one day you would change the world, so she tried to bring you down through the government or any way she can. She worked with the police. She worked with the government. So if you heard like voices and you could see spirits, she told these motherfuckers you was schizophrenic and had your ass on medicine to downgrade your gifts, to water you the fuck down. Okay? Try to get your kids so she can get the money. Any ways that she can live her hopes and dreams and live up to her standards and shit through you. She was able to try to pull that shit off. Okay? So basically she worked with the police, the government, the courts to take your kids away from you. Let me tell you something. That was not your mother. Your mother was breached a long time ago. What you see is a demonic entity. They took her when she was doing witchcraft, Wicca, Ouija boards, etc. That was hidden. So they attached themselves to your mother. Like a mother who really is, a nurturer, she gonna love you, she's gonna protect you, she's gonna teach you the right things. She's not gonna stray you away, she's not gonna be jealous of you, she's not gonna be envious of you, she's not gonna down talk you, take away from you, make you feel depleted. She's not gonna do that. Something is attached to her to make her do you like that, okay? This is not to put hate into nobody's heart, you know what I'm saying? Love your teachers. For if it was not for them, you wouldn't be able to discover who you are. Okay? Where was I? So they attached themselves to your mother like a good spirit knowing another one. This specific entity knew about you too and was supposed to stop you from your greatness. Now what's powerful about this is the specific thing was mirrored throughout the household to a specific son, aka the divine masculine. Some of y'all are, and some of y'all was just brothers, okay? Everybody not chosen. To these sisters, the divine masculine was tainted by their mothers. Yeah, I'm on y'all ass too, divine masculine. Both divine masculine and divine feminine had to go through a major transformation with their mothers to this very day. Many divine masculines still live with their mothers, still feel the need and the obligation to stay with their mothers, still have to take care of their mothers, and many of them seen their mothers be on drugs or some type of substance because she was crying when they were little boys for the father next to her son. And the son will be like, it's okay, mommy. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going to leave you like daddy. So at that moment, the son jumped out the child position and into an adult position. Okay. She was crying for the little boy for the father by her son. And the son would be like, it's okay, mom. I'm not going to leave you. I'm never going to treat you how dad treats you. This was the patriarch. This is where the patriarch society came in with polygamy, but we're gonna get to that later. The mom trained the son to feel sorry for them and not to ever leave them. She's relevant and very present in this boy's life even today, even when they're grown, and the masculine feel a strong sense of guilt due to her probably being sick, not being financially stable, whatever her situation is. He used to it because he's been doing it since he's been little. She keeps him under her because the love she had for the father, she either puts it all on him or she takes it out on him. Hear what I'm saying? The mother either pour all her love into her son or she take it out on her son, you know what I'm saying, how she felt about the father, period. Basically, she lives her life through the divine masculine. And at this point, divine masculine can't even pick the love of his life. Afraid if he brought the wrong type of woman home, she wasn't going to be up to the mother's standards. So they chose women of their mother liking instead of their own liking. Like, I'm going to use an example. I don't want no dark-skinned kids, grandkids. Like, well, you better get a Puerto Rican, light-skinned, white or something like that as an example. You know what I'm saying? Nothing dark, because it was an insult to the mother, because black women hated themselves so much back in the day. They didn't want no baby born dark like them. Ain't that some crazy shit? So she taught him to date outside his race so she can have a mixed child. If you or tan like my complexion or something like that, then you have to have wealth attached to you, like a bloodline of wealthy people. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to remind yourself, she's trying to live her life through her son. You feel me? So to attach herself to, remember, she living off through her son, status, power, and control. The one he picks, the mother turns down her nose at the person. The son never been able to date the woman of his dreams because of his fear of disappointing his mother. The same thing happened with divine feminine. The crazy thing is they both mirroring each other. The whole time now, here it is, the other side with the brothers. The divine feminine had brothers in the family. They were like religious, in the gangs, secret society, you know, some like an all boys club or some, you know, or whatever. But the mothers took their sons to these gatherings, and wherever it's a bunch of women or whatever, so they can do their ritualistic bullshit, right? What happens to be in the church for a lot of them. Mothers was practicing witchcraft, which in the church, which was their main place, and everybody was thinking this place was holier than thou. But the boys was getting breached. How was they getting breached? They was getting molested by the pastors. Their mother friends was molesting them, and people around. The boys of the mothers never had a chance. Why? Because the mother merely had the son around her, so she left space and time, all because of her bitterness of the father. That's fucked up. So it was hard for them to trust females or even fall in love, so they hung around boys, basketball, football, because there were more men around, so they can relate, because they went through the same thing. So they found people relatable. So it was hard for them to maintain a healthy relationship with the females they were with, because they're dealing with the mental scar of it. So to this day, the divine masculine is taking care of his mother, or he probably abandoned a relationship. And you know what a relationship he abandoned? He abandoned you, divine feminine. He abandoned you because everybody talked about you. Your family talked about you. Your sisters talking about you. Your brothers, your aunties, your uncles. Everybody talking about you, including his motherfucking mama. Baby, you is lit. You is the talk around motherfucking town. Okay, you hear me? He has not yet moved forward to unite with the divine feminine. Why is that? Because divine masculine had to understand that divine feminine has really awakened to who she is. As you can see me, I'm one. Period. And I ain't afraid about it. I stand in my truth. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody about to change my mind. Period. But because of the fact the son must leave his mother. Oh, okay, because that's what it is. The son must leave his mother and cling to his wife. He's taking, instead of him doing that, he's taking care of her. And if he leaves, he feels that he did what his father did. And he told his mother he'll never, you know what I'm saying, leave her and shit. So he feels guilty and shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's the spell she put him up under. But when he leaves and stand in his truth and unite with his feminine, his birthright will be unleashed to him. So because she knows that, the divine feminine was hated, gossiped about all over the land by family members, their mothers, sisters, all of them, slandered divine feminine. Divine feminine played a major role by being the fault of their fathers. Why is that? Because the mother cast spells, basically generational curses. A spell could be like, you know, negative talk, thoughts and feelings towards another motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? On the divine feminine. Now, if you really stop and think about it, how many times have you shared with your mother some type of gift that you had, or some type of job promotion you had, or something that came about in your life that you was really fucking excited about, and you turned to your mother, you told your mother, and all of a sudden that shit fell off, and you like, man, what the fuck? You trying to figure out what the fuck really going on, though? Like goddamn, I just had this going on. What the fuck? Like what? And all of a sudden, it's not there no more. Everything, she seemed like she made it a bad thing, basically. That's because she wasn't born with the template and the power. You were divine masculine. And because of that, she started casting spells. So the mothers was jealous of the gifted. Just think about it. Any place you ever been to where it was a bunch of females, they was gossiping about each other. They was talking about each other. They was putting each other down. They was laughing at each other, fucking fighting each other. All that. That's why I'm a motherfucking popular loner. I don't got time for that shit. Instead of women teaching women for generations to come in their own Pacific bloodlines, they tearing each other apart. Everybody is gifted. You understand? And everybody got their own way of doing shit. You know, just stop with all that shit, though. That shit irritating me. They didn't know, the mothers, they didn't know that you would make it throughout all the mental shit that they put you through. See, they thought all that making you feel about yourself, you know what I'm saying, feel low about yourself, you was going to give up, commit suicide, go crazy, be drugged the fuck out, you know what I'm saying? But it, you know, so if you made it through they didn't know you would make it through the mental shit they put you through, but always knew you was the matriarch. They did everything in their power to taint your mind, taint your spirit, taint your heart, that you wouldn't recognize the power and the greatness in yourself. And because you was mistreated by everybody so bad, when divine masculine came into your life and showed you love, you cling to him. You like, this my family. Like, you was feeling like somebody finally fucking get me. Finally, somebody understand where I'm coming from. You know why. Hold on. Somebody get me. You know why? You know why? That's you know why? Because that's not love. That's not your family. You have a spiritual family that was with you the whole time. But the person you met, it's like that one person you met seemed like they get you and everything, and y'all was vibing, y'all was cool. It was like y'all connected. It's like y'all was a mirror to one another. That's divine masculine and divine feminine. The one that they ridiculed and tried to cast out and turn their nose down at. Basically, how they treated you. Because it's a mirror. You're a reflection of each other. That's why they say the mirror is in the eyes of the beholder. You can see through the soul. Souls recognize another soul. So my question to you, divine masculine, how long are you going to allow people to drain you of your energy? You went throughout your whole life joining people that you felt understood you. Divine masculine, you loved your mother so much that you ain't want her to feel no pain, you ain't want her to have no suffering, because you witnessed what she went through head on. And you didn't think that she would drain you and stop you from living your life. She didn't even let you love you because she was taking your energy and your power so much that you didn't even have the time to look within yourself to even know who you were. So when you didn't live up to her expectations or her standards, guess what she did? Made you feel less of a man. That's her thanks to you. That's what the fuck she did to you. But little did you know you had the power in you the whole time. It's like Dorothy and the damn Wizard of Oz. Remember she had them damn red slippers? And she wanted to go home so goddamn bad. She done went through the whole goddamn movie trying to get the fuck home. Met all these weird ass motherfuckers and shit. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes your spirit guides may come in any form. Don't decline it because you don't like the rapping. Because if you pray for something and God deliver it, don't worry about who giving it to you. Take the blessing. Yeah, divine masculine, you had that power in you the whole time. You was born with it. This is your birthright. So when you gonna go home, divine masculine? When you gonna go home and learn yourself and love yourself and start your healing process so you can meet up with your divine feminine, because y'all got motherfucking work to do. Y'all the matriarch and the patriarch of your fucking bloodline. Y'all come from an ancestral lineage of royalty. You don't let nobody take your crown. But see, we all go under constructions. It's lessons that we gotta learn. And the teachers is even more fucked up. It be our own parents. Don't hate them. Love them. Because you don't know, that was probably their motherfucking job to come in to do this shit. So you can feel this shit. It's okay to say I'm mad. It's okay to say I'm hurt. Stop making excuses and stop putting glitter on bullshit. If they fucked you over, they fucked you over. In the motherfucking story. They sneaky as fuck, conniving, manipulative, and fucking deceptive. Divine feminine and divine masculines, you are the templates to bring change about the world. Your job is to teach real love and break down old paradigm shifts. The shit that was taught to you was the wrong shit. And me. They shitted on my whole life, babe. They shitted on my whole life. They tried everything impossible to break down the kid. I stand strong by my motherfucking self with a group of motherfucking angels. My family that died there, you know what I'm saying? That's up there trying to get their wings, and they guided me on my path so they can get their wings. You know what I'm talking about? We out here thugging. I got spiritual OGs. I'm spiritual in the OG. Like, man, we getting it popping. I don't need no army. It's like David and Goliath. One needed an army, one was by themselves, and the other one got slain. You hear me? Different religions, the same shit is happening, like Cain and Abel. You know what I'm saying? Then you had what? Osiris and Seth and all them, like the same storyline, the characters change. It's about what you resonate with. You're gifted. You hear shit. Let me tell you about society. They'll cage you and block you up. This is what I was talking about with the parents working with the government. They knew you was gifted. You saw shit. You heard shit. People scared of what they don't know. But how is these same people saying they of God but don't have no faith that these miraculous things is happening? So they classify you and say you're schizophrenic, bipolar, all this crazy shit to scare people away from you. So they classify you and put you in a group. And if that wasn't enough, they want to give you the medicine to wind down your gifts that the higher source that fucking gave you. Oh, he pissed. How dare they? How dare they? Anybody who remotely loved us unconditionally, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't even accepted. Cast out, pushed out, nose turned up at them. You know, this is why our children is suffering. That's why it's illness. That's why it's poverty. This is why it's diseases due to generational curses. Many are called, few are chosen. And you know if you got called before, you know like, oh, you know you go a certain route to a place every motherfucking day. Every day you go there. And then something just tell you go a different route. If you went that different route, then you answered the call. If you didn't, you found yourself somewhere jammed the fuck up. You know what side of the story that you are on. You know what energy that you are. Divine masculine, divine feminine. Whether that's energetically or physically. You better remember who you are. And you better stand in your truth. And take your fucking power back. Live life for you and be fucking happy. When you do that, you're going to get everything that you pray for. You can't get it because of the shit that they done over and over. Until you figure out who you are and what the fuck you need. When you figure out who you are, you'll know what you need and then you'll know the next step to do. But amongst that, if there was a relationship that you was abandoned, it was a female that you was in love with. And divine feminine, it was a male that you was in love with. But you abandoned him because he wasn't to everybody fucking liking. And you know you was in love with that motherfucker. But you went with the person that your family thought you should be with. They picking other witches from other bloodlines. I'm telling you, this shit been going on for generations and generations. To come drain you of your life force. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially. Depleting you. I don't give a fuck if my damn Mr. T showing or not. Because grandma mouth get it popping, bitch. So y'all better not play with me because don't play with her. Because I'm going to get mine regardless. I'm in my calling. I'm doing what I do. Music is what I love. Modeling is what I love. You feel me? That's what the fuck I love. You know what I'm saying? But this is my calling. There was an anointing on my life. I had to remember who the fuck I was. I had to stop caring about what people thought. I had to stop trying to get validation from people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody steering me in the wrong fucking direction on purpose. Every motherfucking sexual abuse, locked in closets, beat, hair pulled, macaroni thrown on me, trying to take my kids, locking me up in jail. Child, if that wasn't enough, oh, they wait till my grandma died. Oh, we don't even know if you related to us. Why she leave you shit? And we don't even know if you belong to us. It don't matter. That woman took care of me at the end of the day. You waited till she died, and you waited while this man locked up to even tell me. My uncle had died. Oh, your savior gone now. At some point, I just felt like I was cursed. Like, what's happening to the motherfuckers that love me? You know what I'm saying? But before they left, they gave me the keys to the streets. You know what I'm saying? Period. Dot. Period. Dot. I'm always open to learn. Like, I read a lot. I research a lot. I have been through a lot. I'm not one time saying I'm better than anybody. We're all on a journey. And we're all on, you know, a different level in our journey. You know, some further than others. But to my divine feminines and my divine masculines, if this hits you, then you are awakening. Then you can go with me further on the journey. But this is my introduction to you. My next video, I will be talking about some stuff that I wrote from my book, Earth Angel 1111. And I'm going to tell it to you to where I feel you can understand. You know. And it's crazy that I was talking about the Cinderella story and people ripping her clothes off and like trying to steal her essence, because I just said the same thing about NEPHTHYS. If we want to go into, you know, Greek mythology and ancient Egypt, you know, basically motherfuckers try to steal Isis essence, NEPHTHYS, you know, so she could rule the fucking throne. It's the same shit. Motherfuckers are stealing people's mannerisms, personalities, looks, money, and shit for status, power, and control. But that's your motherfucking birthright. You better take your shit back. The fuck? We ain't playing that shit. You know what I'm saying? It took a long time for me to get here. I got motherfucking blood, sweat, and tears pouring around this motherfucker. Period. In houses, on the streets, everywhere. I am protected. Highly protected. You heard that? Confirmation from above. It's not no motherfucking game. Fuck, you gonna be letting somebody live their best life while you suffering. And you suffering and in silence. Because you didn't even really talk to nobody about the shit that you really feeling. I know. I was raised by my grandmother, who I love so much. But she did some wrong shit too now. And I was raised by all sex offenders. They swept that shit under the rug for generations to come. My sister first spoke about it. They tried to motherfucking, try to make it seem like she was lying, but she wasn't fucking lying. Motherfuckers weird as fuck. You know what I'm talking about? So it took me a long time to find love. My self-esteem was low. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had my own addictions. You know, it may not have been no real rah-rah shit, but, you know, my self-esteem was so low from them beating on me and locking me in closets and slandering me, and, you know, my self-esteem was fucked, bruh. Like, but at the same time, these motherfuckers say I love you. You know that how confusing that shit was for a kid? And then, when I started growing up, you know what I'm saying, because I never talked about my problems, you know, and so I was having sex, you know what I'm saying, with people, you know, I was in a relationship with them. It wasn't like I was, you feel, but it seemed like I couldn't even enjoy the sex. Then at other times, it was like I felt love, but for that moment. And then when it was done, it's like I was back feeling the way I was feeling again. Like, you know, something like a drug. Like, not no being a whole shit, but being more like a nympho type shit. You feel me? My sexual abuse had me confused about my sexuality. You know, I thought I was bisexual at one point. I became trisexual at another point. I'm so free-spirited. I had boyfriends that was like killers on the street, right? And behind the closed doors, these niggas got on wig and makeup and put a fitted cap on me, and I'm in some motherfucking boxes with my Trojan, no rib. Like, and they kept telling me busting down straps. Like, I'm just like, shit, I don't know what the fuck going on, but I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about nobody judging me. Only God can judge me. But, like, I have been through so much. I have seen so much. Don't nothing surprise me at all. You know, I play dumb to see how far a person go. But I'm very fucking intelligent. And I'm very creative with my knowledge. You know, I'm full of wisdom. You know, I love. You know what I'm saying? But don't play with me, though. Don't play with me. I don't mind, you know, helping, teaching, healing, guiding. No, I could teach you guys so much because I know a whole lot. And the rest you got to figure out on your own, you know. But I know how I feel to be alone and I have nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that I know about that people don't even talk about, but I will be talking about it on my show. So, is y'all ready? You know what I'm saying? To be on the journey to oneself. To know you chosen is to know that you feel like nothing feels like home. You feel like you just don't belong. But that's going to be another episode. You basically the black sheep. You thought they loved you, but the whole time they shitted on your whole life. I'm here to tell you. Well, you guys, I love you. I hope that my message hit who it needed to hit. And that you sit back and actually think about it. You know, have an open mind to it. I just use a creative way to be able to get my messages out. You know, I'm excited about what I'm doing because this is bigger than me. I'm a part of something that's bigger than me, and it's exciting. It feels good. It feels great. So I'll be talking to you guys later. I love you so much. Your ancestors love you. Your angels, your archangels, they all love you. They've been with you this whole time. And everything that was designed to break you and you stood, it's a big treat coming in for you. A big treat. I know all about it, but you gotta do the work. Good night, you guys. Oh, shout out to my daughter Taraji for holding this camera, because I know she preferred being on Roblox. But that ain't even here or there. Good night, you guys. I love you so much. And take y'all damn love vitamin. Because self-love is everything. It's highly attractive, strikingly beautiful. To know me is to know you. To love me is to love you. Later.